Okay, right. Can't believe this is the third time we've had to record this episode.
Oh,
I'm sorry, what now?
Okay,
Jesus Christ, Ian, don't die on us now.
Okay, so
I was drinking some Arizona tea when you said that.
okay.
Yeah, anyway, hi, welcome back to TrackPack. So, this is the third time we've had to record this episode because apparently having 7 people in one VC is a bad idea.
From my experience of doing gaming videos in the past, yeah, that's a pretty stupid idea.
Anyway, so today Gavin is back with us, and by the time this episode comes out, I think it'll be his first appearance on the show. We have Mr. Sans the Black Adder with us today.
Hello, lads and lassies.
Right, now, if you don't know how the show works, this is an audio-only podcast as of right now. We still haven't figured out video yet. So let's get into small talk, and the first thing that I want to talk about is, Aiden, do you still have that Oreos box?
Yes, it's right here. You can hear it?
Yep, I can hear it.
That's it there.
Yeah.
Shocker that it hasn't been thrown out yet.
Yeah. Want to remind everyone why you have that, real quick?
Yeah. Basically, during early months of 2024, I was just doing some collecting of the Agostini, as I recently learned what it was. One of the videos I did was unboxing a Thomas with Annie, Clarabelle, and James. I can't remember if they were all in it or if James came separate, but I definitely remember Thomas, Annie, and Clarabelle being in a mini Oreos box. And that was practically the highlight of that video, and it's now become a freaking emoji in my Discord server.
It's just somebody posts the Oreo logo and just say is this where it came in?
Yeah. I think I was meant to edit that video at one point. Oh, and yep, there's.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I was supposed to edit that like a Markiplier video, but I just couldn't. I think at the time I was using a different editing software, and it was just I don't know, I just couldn't handle using it, so I just had to sadly decline. Anyway, Gavin, your small talk.
I said this in the last recordings, keep in mind, but I am willing to say it again because small talk. I'm gonna have to look into another job because the training site that I'm working at 3 years, they have an age limit, and I'm gonna have to look for something else to do.
Oh shit.
Until the fall, because it's really complicated. And the other thing is the fact that I'm gonna have to buy a entirely new battery for my Oculus. And I know I've also sent this the image of where the battery's located, and it's scary as all could be.
Yeah, we'll quickly this time we'll finally put up a picture of the mess that it is.
Yeah, just put this image up right now, full screen, bada bing, bada boom. It is. I was right that it was located in the front, but if you look in the background of the image,
and I'm sorry, Mark is messaging me. Give me 1 second.
I'm just gonna continue on anyways.
All right, sorry, continue.
But if you look in the background of the image, there is all the bits and pieces that you have to take out just to reach the battery. It just looks like they attached the battery to an empty shell, basically. I had to get a new strap, which I thought would also help the battery situation, since it has a separate battery in the strap behind my head. So I kind of thought that would help, but realizing how bad my battery is in my Oculus, it's dying faster than what the charger could do.
Oh Jesus.
So before if my battery's still good, 2 to 3 hours of playtime without the extra battery, but with the extra battery it would be 8 to 9 hours of playtime. But sadly, since my battery's bad, it only takes 5 minutes to die, and 2 hours just to reach 5% when it's charging. It's that bad. And the funny thing is, I have not worn my Oculus in a while. I just recently started using it again.
Right. So for now, for
and
my
that's
small
the
talk.
end
Oh,
of-
sorry. Wait, you weren't finished. I'm sorry.
I was gonna say that, and that's the end of my small talk.
All
I do
right.
have
So,
I do have something else, but I'll let you talk as well.
all
I'll
right.
let you talk.
So today I scratched my ass this morning. Anyway, Aiden.
What?
No. Okay. No. I do have. No. Okay. No.
Elaborate.
No. Serious. No. Okay. No. But seriously, I do have a topic for small talk. So.
Ian, hold on, Ian. Before you did, you said you were scratching your ass today. Were you?
Was I a monkey doing it? No. If that's what you were asking, no.
No. I was legit doing the sound like.
But no, okay, no, but seriously, I do have an actual topic for small talk. So recently, I found out that someone on TikTok had re-uploaded one of my animations there, that being
What?
the engine roll call opening from season 8, but in Blender. And I had to reactivate my TikTok account because at that time I haven't been using that in a long ass while. So I had to reactivate it, comment on there and saying that I was the original guy who animated the damn thing. Then a couple of days later, I went to Twitter and saw that there was a screenshot from said TikTok and a comment saying that it was AI. Like, as someone who animated the damn thing, I feel very offended by said comment. So, and also when I went back to the TikTok, I noticed that my comment had been deleted.
I don't think the person knows the bloody difference.
I'm sorry, but that's a bit of bullshit. Anyway, yeah, with that rant over, let's actually get into the episode.
FYI, while we're talking about this, I am also working on something at the same time, double tasking.
Yeah. Right. So.
Can I just quickly spot this?
Yes.
I was at Bonus. I was at the Bonus during the day I was Thomas event, and it was fantastic.
Oh yeah.
Amazing.
Let's talk. Yeah. Let's quickly talk. Let's jump into that. So, 80th anniversary happened. We got a whole lot of shit to talk about with this. So let's start off with. You know what? We're gonna save the pilot for later. I was gonna talk about that. Let's save that for the end of the episode.
Yeah, I was gonna say leave that for later because that's the the icing on the cake.
Yeah, it's the cherry on top of the milkshake. Yeah, no, let's talk about the merchandise real quick. So, some of the new merch has been spewing out into Australia and Malaysia, and from what I've seen from the photos online, the new merch is looking pretty damn good.
I will say when we first saw like images popping about on the internet about the new merchandise, I was very intrigued, and the more we got information about them, the more excited I've been getting on when they release. We don't know if there's a confirmed release date for them to start selling in the UK or US, though, do we?
Every chance I got going to Walmart, I end up just like, please, for love of Christ, please let them be here.
Yeah, no, I went. So a couple of days ago, I went down to Walmart with my dad to like get some new house keys out of this machine, and I talked about this in the previous recorder that didn't get uploaded. Point I'm trying to make is, I went to the toy section. There wasn't any new merch.
Like
Hell. Funny thing, like the push-alongs weren't even in the toy section.
What?
Like the metal push-along diecast toys, they weren't even in the toy section.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm kind of disappointed though. Really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the same thing that Ian said. The freaking. Whenever I got the chance, I end up going to the toy section just like there you got the Fisher Price stuff, and seeing images of the packaging and whatnot, it has the Fisher Price logo on it. And I end up going there, and if it's not there, I end up going to where the Thomas stuff actually are, and all engines go.
Yeah.
Like I'm actually looking behind all of them, seeing like. Am I just blind, or are they all behind this? And it's like, there's nothing. Absolutely jack squat.
Yeah.
No
I want to quickly
no
circle to that Talking Thomas that got revealed. So it's been speculated that it's gonna be it's gonna have the UK Thomas voice, and that's got a lot of people thinking if it's gonna be a UK exclusive only.
I
really hope
doubt
that's.
it.
I really hope that's not the case because I don't want to have to travel out to the UK just to buy a piece of plastic that has a speaker in it.
I doubt it would be a UK exclusive. Maybe for the US market, they may make specific versions with the US dub.
I'm also hoping that more talking engines get made because I would love to see that. I would love to have a new CGI talking Emily. Because if you if for those who don't know, I am led to speculate that a CGI talking Emily was in the works at one point before the All Engines Go switch. Mattel made an All Engines Go talking Emily, and it's able to interact with the CGI variants perfectly fine, as in the CGI variants are able to say Emily's name. Same can be said with Nia. So it has me wondering, like what other engines in the talking range could have been made before the All Engines Go switch. Like, can you imagine if Mattel had the balls to make a CGI talking Henry?
No.
Wow, way to shoot me down, dude.
Do you really think they're gonna do? Do you really think they would do something for a character that they literally booted off the series like a decade ago?
Hell, bro, they're making Duck and Flying Scotsman, so
Yeah, but
they're bringing them back into the range. I want to assume Flying Scotsman is gonna get into a CGI talking variant.
But Ian, you got to remember what happened when Duck was brought back during the Brenner era. Fan service.
Not to mention, I also accidentally predicted the talking Bruno, so anything's possible.
There's a talking Bruno?
Yeah, there's a talking
Bruno.
There is a talking. Hang on, let me go grab him. Let me go grab this bastard. Give me 1 moment.
Aye, because I can't find any images.
And there goes a wagon.
Oh well. The wagon grew like right.
Yeah, so I've got the bastard with me right now. You can probably hear him.
Yep.
Yes.
One thing I do have a problem with is the voice. So if I just do this.
Give me a break. Get it? Because I'm a brake car.
That sounds nothing like Bruno. That sounds more like Diesel than anything.
That sounds more like an average 14-year-old trying to start doing Thomas content on YouTube. But you know what I mean.
Yeah. No. I get that. I was in that era when I started this whole channel, like when I started the whole YouTube business and whatnot.
Oh my, I'm being a hypocrite myself.
But yeah, no, seriously. If more talking engines do get made, you can bet your sweet ass I'm gonna be buying all of them.
I will say, compare with the diecast stuff and the motorized stuff, for obvious reasons that I can somewhat understand. I have seen more people taking the mick, as we will say, of the motorized stuff.
Hang on, sorry, wait, Bruno's so active. Hang on, I gotta shut this fucker off. Hold on a minute.
Just get a hammer. That usually sorts things.
No, I don't want to ruin this thing. I don't want to damage it.
Kill him.
All right, well, don't give it to Leo.
Kill him.
Oh no.
Kill him.
But no, yeah, I have definitely seen, mostly when we first found out about the new merch, that a lot of people were kind of just taking the mick about the proportions of the motorized stuff.
Yeah, I get it. I get that they reused the chassis piece for the All Engines Go motorized stuff, so like they can like fit them onto the chassis and whatnot.
Just be fucking glad we're getting motorized stuff about the CGI version of the characters at all, people. Like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, like if they went back to like 2014 style of motorized Trackmaster stuff, then everyone would just be complaining again.
Yeah, this is
like if you were to look at a 2014 Trackmaster Thomas, all the proportions of that thing are out of whack.
Literally, this is the first bit of motorized merchandise since what, early 2021, 2022, that isn't all engines go merchandise, because up until this point, it's all the motorized stuff and all that has been off all engines go. So we should all be fucking grateful that we've gotten this stuff in the first place.
Can I just also say another one? Oh, sorry, you were gonna say something?
I normally, it's not really complaining or anything. It's just kind of like a point out type deal. I enjoy that we getting like actual better stuff about the CGI characters and whatnot, like the original designs of the characters.
Yeah.
But like they are still out of proportion altogether still. If you go for the motorized engines and whatnot, and you actually look at them, like look at Thomas for example. I know a couple people already reviewed about it, and I don't even know this. I don't even own this item yet. But like, if you look at his cab, look how high it is compared to the rest of him. And yeah, I guess they were still reusing the same chassis as well due to how small they are compared to the body. But like, oh, it just he looks unbalanced and really off.
To be fair, Gavin, this isn't the first time a merchandise line has fucked up proportions. Need I remind us about Ertl?
Oh, for Jesus Christ. No, I was
No.
gonna say, like, we could have gone back. We could have
We could have gone back to when Toby was double the size of Gordon.
No, no, that wasn't what I was gonna say. I was gonna say we could have gotten back to the squash cap, so be grateful that we have something better than that.
Aye.
Also, the cab of the Talking Thomas is fucking massive. Jesus Christ.
That's probably only so that way they can fit the sound unit.
That's bull. But yeah, you get my point. Like they're really holy cow, the freaking size proportions are just ridiculous. And not even that. I even pointed this out to like this also goes for what the freaking push long stuff as well. I don't know, take longs, whatnot. The faces are nice, but holy cow, the eyes are massive.
Well, I'm
Like freaking Thomas looks like he wants to kill somebody because and you want to know something? I think anybody really recognizes if you pull up a freaking a take and play Percy and compare it to like the freaking push on or whatever take on Percy that we're getting for 80th anniversary, look at his number.
I know.
On the
I was about to say, like, why is the font on the push on Percy different to the motorized one?
No, it's just a generic font in general.
Let's put this clearly. Let's put this clearly here. At least there was an attempt to make stuff for the 80th, unlike some manufacturers we could mention.
Yeah,
Bachmann.
You know what? On the topic of that, let's talk about Bachmann. Like, what the fuck happened, man? What happened?
It feels like
What
they didn't even
happened?
try.
I think the only changes were like silver buffers, a larger number, and a painted area between the splashers.
Yeah, I am looking at a picture of it on Google at the moment, and yeah, it is literally just the silver buffers, bigger number, the splasher, and yeah, we get a new piece. We get like a different style of brake van.
Like, I think the rolling stock is like okay. Like, okay, let me rephrase that. The rolling stock is pretty good. The Thomas, fucking horrible.
The Thomas is basically just a bog standard Thomas, but with a different font of his number and different decals slightly.
Yeah.
I've been hearing a lot of complaints about Bachmann in general by a couple people on a Discord server. Whatever. They freaking complain on how slow Bachmann is with their new products and whatnot. But like, I also have the image of the 80th anniversary Thomas up on my side. I understand like the complaints that people are having, but like at least they're doing something.
I mean, yeah, fair.
At least it's something in general. No, I don't really see Bachmann doing like stuff for like anniversaries for Thomas recently, and like here we got this one.
Yeah.
And at least they're trying. Like they're like right here. There's an image of Thomas in the trucks, of like freaking from the Railway series and whatnot, and I guess they were using that as reference, but like they're not just gonna go like, oh, okay, we need a new body shell, we need new chassis and whatnot.
Well, I wouldn't say using. I wouldn't mean by just redoing the entire body. Like at the very least, I would probably just
I'm
re-sculpt the face.
I'm exaggerating, dude. I know.
Oh, I can't tell. I can't tell for shit.
Anyway, switching the topic to a company that actually gave a shit in what they produced. Holy God, did Playro knock it out of the park?
I was gonna mention them. Holy shit!
Playro, you have saved the fandom once again.
I want it.
You might have slipped up in a few places, but oh boy, you have fixed your mistakes.
I don't see them slipping up in the slightest. Shut up.
Okay, listen. Playro has had a few duds, not counting the All Angels Go stuff. That's a whole separate topic to talk about. Like
Edward.
Yeah, Edward.
Oh, you really like?
But no, the Railway series, Playro Thomas, has got to be I think probably one of the best Railway series pieces of merchandise we've ever gotten. Like I don't remember, but I think the last sort of like Railway series merch that we got was a capsule Playro Thomas with a different face.
Can I just say, like, how long has Tomy been making? Sorry, not Tomy. Playro. How long has Playro been doing merchandise for Thomas and Friends? They've been doing it for a while.
Probably over 10 years, I want to say.
Well, within the, I'm sure somebody in the comments is probably going to correct us, but within the spam of this insert time spam here that this company's been around, they have made such fantastic bangers, and they keep being consistent. Apart from when the All Engines Go stuff came out, they had to change their stuff when it came about that, but they still stay consistent about that.
On a quick side tangent, aside from the diecast All Engines Go stuff and the motorized All Engines Go stuff that I have, I've never once thought to try to buy any of the Playro Go Thomas stuff yet.
What? The what?
Well, that's the theme of the All Engines Go Playro stuff that Playro is doing.
Honestly, I think,
or at least they were doing, because the show's over now.
Yeah, the show's deed. The show's deed.
So like,
Duck appeared for like 5 seconds, and then the show died.
Yeah, the moment Duck appeared on screen, they just canned it. Well, no. In all seriousness, from what I've heard, they just didn't get greenlit for a 5th series.
They just said like, oh crap, we're fan servicing the show, cancel it.
Hell, they didn't even put Donald and Douglas in any episodes, or even the special.
We don't even know if Douglas was meant to go along with it. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Funny, actually, you mentioned that. When I was at Boness earlier, just before I was leaving, I took a shot of this. They had like a little stall in the little hallway in the station building.
Yeah.
Had like a bunch of the All Engines Go merchandise on it. One of them sitting at the very top of everything was a motorized Donald. I filmed a clip of it, and the moment I filmed it, somebody bought it.
God, I think I'm willing to bet that now Donald is just a rare character in the motorized range now.
Oh, he is going to be the rarest.
Like, watch as like eBay scalpers just like put him on price for like $1,000 or some shit.
It's gonna be like fucking Ertl Jock levels, possibly.
God, I hate to think that this is gonna be a repeat of Tommy Oliver all over again.
Oh Jesus Christ! If we get Tommy Oliver 2, Electric Haggasloo.
No, don't you mean Electric Boogaloo? It's Electric Boogaloo.
No, Electric Haggasloo. Because Scottish.
Oh, fucking hell.
Ian.
Huh? Yeah, wait, what's up, Gavin? What's up?
Or in the Scottish ways, you'll understand.
What? I didn't hear anything. What did you just do? Do I have was it a soundboard thing? Do I have soundboards
No!
turned off?
No!
I said, learn the Scottish ways. You'll understand.
Oh. Okay, never mind.
Sans, is that what you were is
Oh,
that what you were
okay.
I played that from my girlfriend's Discord.
who let the James May into the chat?
Oh, cock.
Permission to say cock.
Hawk?
Do you know what I found out, actually? A bit of a side tangent. Do you know I found out that Amazon had told James that he wasn't allowed to say that on the Grand Tour in case they got in trouble with the BBC?
What did the BBC trademark the word "oh cock"?
No, it was more or less the fact because that was like a staple catchphrase for May to say on Top Gear. And since it was on the Grand Tour, they just figured there would be some legal trouble. But May didn't give a shit.
Yeah,
Obviously, as we've seen many episodes where he's just said it anyway.
yeah. Also, I started like dipping my toes into the Not Very Grand Tour that came out.
Oh, I've still yet to
Amazon.
watch that, actually.
Yeah, I've only gotten like a few minutes into the episode. Spoiler alert: Clarkson isn't even there. They just like grabbed pre-existing footage
I'm already
of
right.
him and stitched it into the episode.
I know what the program basically is. It's them just talking about a series of their like adventures on the Grand Tour, but it's only like Hammond and May.
Yeah,
I think they
James
couldn't-
and Richard are the only presenters on the series. Jeremy is just like completely absent, and so like to rectify this, they just grabbed pre-existing footage of him, stitched it into the episode, and call it a day.
My guess is that he's spending so much time at Diddley Squat, he can't get away to deal with Amazon.
Or maybe he just didn't want to be on the show.
Yeah, that as well.
Yeah, because like
That's very Jeremy.
Yeah, and like some YouTube exclusive videos on the Grand Tour YouTube channel, Clarkson doesn't even appear in some of them.
Oh, yeah. Well, no, there's even the Drive Tribe YouTube channel that the three of them made. Ever since, like, they just started doing specials on the Grand Tour only, Clarkson doesn't appear at all.
Did you guys hear that?
What?
What, hear a funking noise?
That pop that that weird like thump noise you guys heard in the back there?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a fart. I had to remind myself to like cut that part out of the episode, please.
Yeah, dirty bastard.
It was so funny. I forgot to laugh.
Anyway, enough about Grand Tour talk. Let's
Yeah, back to the Tom Scar the tank person.
No.
right. Let's talk about the recent Train Sim World 5 news that recently came out and about. So they're bringing the LBSC variant of Thomas into the game.
What?
The green livery from
The
Adventure
unrealistic one.
the Adventure Begins livery.
The one
I
that
know
is the
what-
least unrealistic livery.
The green Thomas.
Yes, I understand what liver you're talking about. What game?
Train
Train
Sim
Sim
World
World
5, you moron.
Listen, I don't freaking pay attention to it. Hold on, let me look at it because I was watching some earlier. There was like somebody was live streaming Day Out with Thomas event and whatnot, and they had the CGI Thomas there, but I didn't hear anything about like a green livery. Hold on.
Yeah.
Was that by any chance? Oh fuck, his name is just. Was that by any chance Laserjet? Fucking is it Laserjet?
Yeah, I want to assume
Yeah.
that maybe this is like their excuse for like not having like a paint tool option for Thomas and Diesel.
Hold on, let me see what it was. I bet I still have it. Oh, did you say Laserjet?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was that. Yeah, it was that live stream. And I'm now looking at I'm looking at the images for the friggin' Thomas thing. Oh my god.
I'm also wanting to assume that like it said in the description for the 80th anniversary expansion pack, like it continues the story from the original DLC that came out. So I'm wondering what that's all about.
Well, rest assured, I'm not going to be playing it because I don't have the money.
Damn, you're poor too. What a world.
I can't even afford the fucking game, so.
Oh, I'll suck. I don't really think I should have said that because you guys were like saying like, "Oh, both of y'all are poor." My dumb ass over here.
I
saying,
mean,
like,
I'm unemployed,
Wait.
so-
What did you? Wait, hang on. What did you say?
so like you two are like talking about like Sans was saying like he doesn't have the money to pay for it, and you were saying, "Oh, you're poor too." So you're basically also saying like, "Oh, you're poor as well," and I'm over here just my dumb ass just says, "Wow, you guys suck." I can't really say that because I know for a fact that
says the furry in the chat.
fuck you.
We still need to do that furry episode, dude. We need to do it. We have
Yes,
to do
please.
it.
Yes.
Anyway, enough animal talk. Let's Oh yeah, Wooden Railway kind of died.
Really?
That's I thought that died like fucking ages ago.
Yeah, I want to talk about it though. So, given the fact that we live in a timeline where there's no more Wooden Railway toys being made, that kind
Make one.
of sucks.
Make one.
No.
Oh no, I just realized something. I'm an idiot.
What did you just realize?
So, as I said at the beginning of this episode, I was also doing something at the same time. Like I was like messing in trains, recording something, and I just got done doing a clip of Thomas and the Trucks, and I'm about to do the other one where he starts rushing down the hill. I should have saved his train, his goods train.
Oh.
I should have saved that. It would have cost me, saved me so much time.
You
Like,
are an idiot.
Shut up, Scottish man.
I beg your pardon, you cheeky.
You heard me. You heard me, Scottish man.
No, I don't think I did. You bollocks.
God, this is just turning into Scrooge McDuck fighting over Donald Duck, isn't it?
No, it's just Scrooge McDuck fighting with Stitch.
Oh fuck.
We're calling bollocks.
Yes. Wait, no, say it again. Your microphone didn't pick it up.
Who are you calling bollocks?
Can you make Stitch say you're a bitch?
You are a bitch. And this
I hate the fact that you can do that, dude. I hate that so much.
Well, what about this? Yay!
yes, I can do that
Oh
as
my
well,
god,
but I'm
is
not
that
gonna do that right now.
Elmo? Is that Elmo?
Of course it's Elmo, you fucking wanker! What did you think it was?
Fuck, I feel like a
Anyway.
Scottish Elmo would be horrifying, dude.
It would be.
Okay!
It just,
Elmo's a wee nerd!
I just
Hey, you bollocks!
I just want to see. Okay, I think after I say this, we should get to the Down the Mine pilot. After I say this,
Right. Yeah, alright.
I just want to see somebody animate. Like if we make an audio of just like freaking Elmo and Stitch having a conversation, it just goes completely bizarre. I just want to see somebody animate it. just I'm Stitch and freaking Sans is Elmo. What is Scottish?
Your microphone glitched out. You might need to start
Elmo couldn't understand what you said!
I lost one. You're Scottish. Are you racist?
Elmo is not legally required to answer that question!
That is absolute bullshit. You are legally required.
James, what the fuck are they talking about? Personally, I've got no clue what's happening, alright? Don't ask me the questions here.
I just want somebody to animate that.
God,
Fuck life.
All right.
Oh.
I think we stalled on it for too long. Let's talk about the pilot.
Yes.
Bro. Okay, so all the way back in our first episode, Wild said that Mattel was never going to release the pilot. I'm sorry to say,
How wrong he was!
I'm sorry to say, but that episode has aged like milk.
I wonder
That
why.
episode aged like milk, dude.
I wonder why.
Like
I'm not even saying that to be like sarcastic. I'm actually wondering how did it age like milk.
well, like he said that the pilot was never going to be released or something along the lines of that. You guys, audio listeners, just to go back to our first episode, find the part where Wild talks about that, and then come back here.
You done that? Good. Right, now talk.
Do it. You won't. No balls. You won't leave and go and come back afterwards.
Okay, so welcome back to the episode if you've just gone and did that. Anyway, so yeah, he said something about like the pilot was never going to be released. And then I went to Twitter after like a couple months after the episode was like when it came out and whatnot. And people were talking about the possibility of like the pilot actually being found and restored because there were like some news article or something saying that the pilot was going to be released. And attached to it was like a photo of what I can only assume was Ian McHugh, like wearing white gloves and holding a strip of film with.
Yeah.
And what showed on the film was a close-up model of Thomas with I think his fireman sticking out from the cab.
I don't know why
And
they
people started and then people like started realizing that Thomas's close-up model was different because it didn't have the yellow lining around the windows on the sides of his cab, and people started saying the pilot's gonna be released. It's gonna be released.
Thank you for blowing up my ears.
Hey, no problem, man.
I mean, that's what I did to everybody when we found out. Like, I was in a call with Skylar, Jenna, and a couple of others when I think it was Jenna that found the Twitter post, and we were just all going berserk about it, screaming at the top of our lungs, and I ran down the stairs to immediately tell the first person I fucking saw, and I'd be like, the original 98 free pilot has been found! And my sister is just sitting in her bed looking at me like...
Are you good?
I got a text message. I wonder who that could be. Of course, it's my dad talking about me being loud.
Womp womp.
Hang on, let me just message the old man real quick.
Wow, talk about your dad like that? No way.
Yeah,
The
well,
disrespect is crazy. Why am I even saying this? I feel like I'm being rude.
You think you're being rude?
Yes, because
You forgetting who is also a guest on this episode.
Yeah. Again, technically, this would be your first appearance on the show, considering Gavin isn't exactly done with the Sonic episode just yet. But
yeah,
I'm not gonna riff on him for that though. I'm not gonna.
Can I just point out? I feel like I was the one person in that episode that just felt out of fucking place.
Nah, you fit in like a glove, dude.
What do you mean? Are you talking about in the Sonic episode?
Yeah,
I
I
guess-
just felt like I had like I just felt like I had
think
the
maybe it might
least
have
to
been-
relate with.
It might have been because like you didn't really have much to contribute about, considering like you're not really. Correct me if I'm wrong. You're not really that big on Sonic, right?
Well, not really. Most of the stuff I know with it mostly comes in terms of like maybe Elias going on about it or the films, which I've still yet to watch the third one.
Same.
Shit, we should have just brought Elias on for the Sonic episode. God damn it!
You should have done that.
All right, you know what? Part 2. We'll try to do a part 2.
Yay.
You probably get a better result.
Anyway, back to the pilot.
Yes,
yeah.
back to the Pete.
Thomas just looks the same. His pilot model just looks the same.
Well,
No.
from what we've speculated.
Yeah,
Press
he looks nothing. Okay, let me rephrase this. Thomas looks exactly this. Aside from a few tweaks of his original pilot model. He looks basically the same compared to the Gauge 1 model that we have now.
No, duh. At the beginning, if you really freaking read the text while it was showing off like behind the scenes images and whatnot, and surprisingly you get to see like, oh, they used a picture of the Fact controller for the shadow when he walks up. Freaking, they said that these were just like tests to see like how they would shape the actual series and whatnot.
Yeah.
So yeah, you kind of understand like these are just test models. These are not the finals. These were just like they were just a quick setup.
I also find it interesting that Annie and Clarabelle were just here from the beginning.
And then there's Gordon.
Yeah, we're gonna save Gordon for a second, but I want to talk about Annie and Clarabelle. I find it so interesting that their models were made for the pilot and then were continued over into season 1.
It is actually kind of crazy to think that.
Yeah.
Wait, what? Really?
Yeah, if you're gonna look back at the pilot, Annie and Clarabelle's models look virtually identical to their current models in season 1.
Well, that's probably because they basically did.
Yeah,
They basically just reused them.
They just reused their props.
I never noticed that.
Yeah, no, Gordon. I get that they were trying to replicate the Dolby. Wait, is it Dolby or Reginald?
It was Dolby.
Right, Dolby. I get that
Reginald was before Dolby.
Right. I get that they were trying to replicate the Dolby illustrations of Gordon in his book. But when transitioning that to a Gauge 1 prop, something about Gordon just doesn't look right.
What do you mean? He looks perfectly fine.
The front of his foot plate is literally a slide. What are you on about?
That's just him standing to attention.
Once again, I said this already. These aren't like actual officials. These were legit setups. These are not the originals.
I mean,
I'm gonna say. I will say this though.
I guess it was cool to see Gordon's wheels in motion for the pilot, but still.
I'll say this though. I've had a theory. And
a Thomas theory. Sorry.
And you can bonk me on the head, call me a dumbass, or any.
Oh, we will.
Or any derogatory term under the fucking sun.
Right, get your pitchforks ready, everyone.
Oh, don't worry. Don't worry. Many people have already done that. But I think.
I'll be sure to get my blowtorch next.
Hey, you want to know what's gonna happen?
What?
World War V is gonna happen.
I think you skipped over a few more words for that to happen, dude.
No, that's the purpose. With if Sans ends up becoming a dumbass with what he's gonna say, that's what's gonna happen.
I had the theory.
Anyway, yeah, spill the beans, funny man. What do you got?
I have a theory that they reused the pilot Gordon tender for the Gauge 1 prop for the first series. Because
I have a similar theory.
It looks similar. It looks very much similar.
I have a similar theory that they reused Thomas's pilot shell and like drilled a couple holes into the footplate for the lamp irons and the lamp, added the extra decal to the splashers and the sides of the cab, and basically built a new scratch-built Markland chassis for him, and then bada bing bada boom, you got Gauge 1 Season 1 Thomas.
That would make sense.
If only we could ask the people that actually worked on that shit. But no, we can't because they're both fucking dead.
Okay, well, damn, have a little respect about them, dude. God damn.
Well, no, I have respect for them. It's just annoying that the fact we can't ask those questions. Well, this got depressing very fast.
Fuck. Fuck. What else can we talk about?
Okay.
Wait. I know something. Hang on. I think I saw something online about saying like what the plans might be for 2026 for Thomas moving forward. I
swear to God, if you say the Mark Forster movie, I'm going to slap you.
Oh no, that's
well. That's what I was originally thinking, but now I don't know if I want to talk about that. Fuck it, I'll talk about it anyway. You know what? Fuck it, I'll talk about it. Fuck it, I'll talk about it anyway. Okay, so with some slither of hope, I'm wondering if 2026 is the date that we might see something out of the Mark Forster movie. Oh my god, the worst possible time. Hang on, the worst possible time for my parents to be calling me. One moment.
Okay, once this is done, I'm gonna have to go out and do dishes.
And I'm gonna get back to trying to fucking beat a fucking Undertale fan game.
Okay, I am so sorry about that, guys. I deeply apologize. Now, why
That's
the
fine.
hell is there an AI image in here?
I found it while whilst looking at the wooden railway shit.
Yeah, how do I delete that? How do I delete it? How do I delete
I've
it?
got it. I got it.
Okay.
Too bad, Irie. Too bad.
All right, what were you talking about while I was on the phone?
We were saying like we have to do stuff after we get done.
Oh yeah, that reminds me. We should wrap up this episode.
Yeah.
Yes,
We've been going for like
shall.
we've been going for like a good 53 minutes. I think it's time to wrap up. So, thank you for listening and or possibly watching the episode. I don't know if I am going to add visuals. Maybe I will. Maybe I won't. Who's to say, really?
I do. Can I point something out that Trevor has pointed out in at some point?
What is it?
Okay, speaking of visuals, I do want to say for the listeners, or if you are just watching like a blank screen, I'm not saying that this is exactly what's going to happen. I just heard one of the people who hosts the freaking the podcast and whatnot. They have mentioned that if we were to do visuals, we would be playing a game while doing it. So,
Wouldn't it? Hang on, no. Wouldn't it be more like distractible type of like video podcast?
Oh yeah, where we have like webcams or something.
Yeah.
I think I
Yeah.
might have an idea of how to do that. But we'll just have to see for episode 8. Anyway.
It went off for like, hey, what if we did it in VR chat, then went to like distractible type deal.
Yeah, and I don't. Well, then it would kind of just be like Vici Banter, but
I mean, I found if we were to do it in VR chat, I found a way to get it to work it out and whatnot.
anyway, yeah, no, we do have to wrap it up this episode. So again, thank you all for listening. I've been Trackside Maniac. They've been Mr. Sans the Black Adder and Thomas Sprite 2904, and we'll hopefully see you guys in the next episode whenever we figure out the whole face cam thing.
Face cam, wow.
Anyway, yeah, thanks for listening and goodbye, everybody.
No.
What do you mean? No?
What do you mean though?
No.
Okay, anyway, goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye, lads and lasses.